Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be making over my YouTube background, my YouTube video background. Very different, I would say, than your traditional makeover video. Usually it's like a bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom, a living room, or something like that. I'm gonna be making over the background of my YouTube videos. You guys have seen it in recent videos and it's not that cute. So we're gonna be redoing it, making it over. So if you guys wanna see how it turned out, then just keep on watching. This is actually crazy because I literally just thought in my brain that I'm gonna do this video 10 seconds ago. I want to completely make over the background of my video. If you guys have seen my last few videos, I've been kind of doing more so like a behind the scenes style background, in a sense of whatever I got going on back there is the background. Right now they're over here too because I wasn't actually about to film anything, but usually this isn't here. I think I want to do something that kind of mirrors my living room and kitchen area. One thing that I am gonna have, that I already have, is this neon sign that I got done by Yellow Pop here in Miami. These numbers hold significance, but I will, I guess, talk about that later in this video. I want this to be back here. It lights up and everything. Do I have it plugged in? I think I do. Let's actually show you guys. Boop. Gonna be in the background as well. But my idea is I want on this side, oh my goodness, I kind of just forgot. Okay, we're gonna forget this side. On this side, I'm gonna do a greenery situation, similar to how it looks in my kitchen that I did over the light. That in this area over here. Over here, I wanted something over there. I was in the shower and then I was like, oh, I would love to have that in that area. I don't know, maybe it'll come to me. I am looking online at Hobby Lobby. I got all the greenery that I have in my kitchen from Hobby Lobby, and I'm trying to see if it's on sale because they alternate weeks on sales. So it looks like their garlands arrangement, floral arrangements and stuff is 75% off, but it says fall floral and crafts. Oh, it says floral here is 40% off. Garland, wreath, try not. Okay, so I'm gonna go today. I am going to be heading over to get this stuff. I'm so excited because I've been bored with my background, and I also want to start filming more like chit chat, get ready with me, things like that, and just like a more professional looking background for my YouTube videos. I used to have that over the years. This is my 9th year doing YouTube, so over the years I have had that set up, and I've just been through many setups, as you guys know. So I'm gonna try to go back to that, and yeah. So if you want to see how my background turns out, I will update you guys when I just bust up in here. I will update you guys when I do something else, which will be later today. I wanted to do a before of what the background looks like. This is what you guys see when I sit here. I would pick the day that it's raining, but I'm headed to Hobby Lobby right now. See what they got, see what we can come up with, and I'm gonna start back using my camera. So the background, that means the background's gonna be blurry, which means that it doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna be blurred out. I still have not remembered what that other thing was that I wanted on the other side. So when I'm in Hobby Lobby, hopefully I'll be able to get like some inspiration or something that I wanna go over there. I'm kind of thinking like a vase or something like that. Might have to do a DIY situation if I see a vase that I like as far as the shape and not necessarily the color. So I'm gonna explain what I'm doing because I had the best time in Hobby Lobby. I started by selecting a lot of the same greenery that I do have in my kitchen area, and I placed that in the vase that honestly, I walked into Hobby Lobby and I saw that and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I kind of set it up to where I can actually see what it's going to look like in the background. I saw this pedestal and I was like, oh, this is perfect too, because then I could do 2 layers. So I can have something low and something high on that side. I couldn't find the price on it. When I took it to the register, it was $1.99. Like, stop. I went on all the aisles and I was trying so many combinations and I ended up coming up with something not what this looks like. I came up with something else. I saw this vase. I ended up not getting that. But like I said, I'm mostly... And honestly, if you're doing any decorating, don't be afraid to set it up in the store. At this point, I was kind of stumped. So I started thinking and I ended up coming up with something, but I had to think for a bit. At some point in my shopping trip, I decided I wanted to do a DIY wall art piece on the left side. So I came up with something for that side. Why did I not put on my contacts? Because I knew this. I knew this was gonna happen. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get the stuff out of the trunk into my apartment. I guess the same way I just put them in the trunk. But okay, so we got everything that we set out to get from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm actually headed to Home Goods. Right, yeah, Home Goods. I want to get a vase. You guys saw I got the canvas because I want to do some like a DIY art piece. Left side, like if you're looking at the video on the left side, then I want a vase like right in front of it. It's kind of like, I want like a wide vase, honestly. Not like narrow, I want something wide that's gonna go like off-centered for it. And also, it's kind of cold. Well, not cold, because I know it's cold a lot of places right now. It's just rainy and it's like a little chill in the air, I would say. It's really not. Every time I say something about like it being cold or chilly or whatever the case down here, I immediately want to take it back, because if you have ever lived in a city that has all 4 seasons, it's very difficult to call anything down here in South Florida cold or chilly. But I do understand the feeling, because it's definitely cooler than what it normally is. Let's say if you're in an area, it's like a weather explanation, but if you've never lived down here, then you might not know this. But let's just say you live in an area that's 100 degrees all the time. I'm not saying that South Florida is, but it's 100 degrees all the time, and then today it's 75. That's going to feel cooler to you, much cooler than someone that's coming in town that it was 50 degrees as a cool thing, cool situation, and now they're stepping into 75. They're like, oh wow, this is amazing. But when you go from 100 to 75, that's why. But it's still, I have a hard time even saying that, because it's not even, I mean, it's not, if you look at the temperature. But if you're down here feeling it, and if you're living in it, it is cooler. I say all that to say that it's 73 degrees, and I'm saying that it's cool today. So the pedestal that I bought, I'm painting that. It's not going to be that color. And when we go in Home Goods, we're going to be looking for silhouettes, not the color. I mean, if we find, actually, even if the color looks like something I could work with in and of itself, I'm still going to paint it, because I want it a certain texture. I'm gonna be mixing it with baking soda, so, but we'll get to that. Why is this so cute? And I wouldn't even have to paint this. It is the next day, and I am actually going to be doing the stuff today. Yesterday was buying everything, and today is going to be Setting everything up. I am so excited for my background to be different, beautiful, all that. I am going to clean everything. This is all PR. I'm sure you guys picked up on that, but this is PR. So I need to organize it, either put the stuff away or put it where I'm gonna talk about it with you guys on my Instagram story. Because I do PR Tuesdays. Play Massive Radio on Pandora. So I guess because there's nothing really to explain, I'm just gonna put on some music, some relaxing music while I clean up my background. Next step, one thing that I did off camera was I was trying to use the other camera as my camera that I'm going to be filming, but I need 2 cords because it's a completely different camera, and I already have the cords for this one. This is the Canon 5D Mark IV. The other one is a Sony, I don't know, but that one actually is a 4K camera. This one only does, I think, 1980. I'm just gonna do this for now so I can get the placement of the stuff in the background, and then I'm gonna decide afterwards if I'm going to use the other Sony camera, because I also think that I have some things to get together as far as the lenses. The battery was dead on this one, so I'm having to wait for it to charge. So in the meantime, I am going to set up everything how I think I want it, and then we'll get started DIYing stuff. So let me get the stuff. This canvas is going to be hanging up here, like maybe here. I'm gonna have to see as far as how it looks on camera, but so I'm just gonna lay that there. So also, I want it to look good when I'm filming Instagram videos as well. By the way, this has nothing to do with nothing. Honestly, I could use this. I guess I shouldn't get rid of it so soon, but this is just a palm leaf just that I found in a parking lot here. So I took it, but it could actually go now that I'm thinking about it. I was about to finally get rid of it, but let's just set it there for now. It actually might be cute in the video. I'm gonna be painting this, and at first it was possibly this, but I might actually keep this black. So that, boom, boom. Greenery, of course, and then boom. Ah, that is so cute. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. Don't forget about this. Even though this feels so random now, but I kind of like that. The fact that this is so random. This is going to tie in, I guess, the social media aspect of this, but it feels like so decorated, and then I stick this neon sign in there. But I definitely want the neon sign. I think it's gonna be cute. I need to drill that into the wall. I think it came with some anchors, so I just need to get those. I need to step away over here so I can see. Oh my goodness, it looks so good, you guys. It looks good. I can already envision. And then adding the greenery and everything will like set it off, literally. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, I loved the vase before you painted it. But I'm gonna paint it. Sorry, I wanna paint it. Let's get started with painting. Oh, and then the canvas. So those are the things that I changed, the 3 things that I changed. So let's head into the kitchen. The best part, I love doing the DIY portions of the makeovers. As I was setting all of this up, Chai was very curious, so I had to show him
what I set up first. So he was aware of what was going on up here, and then I got started. So the first thing that I did was the pedestal, and I mixed together all three of those paints, and I added a bit of water to kind of dilute it a little bit, and I just sponged that all over the pedestal. Now, usually I would have done this with just like a brush, but I wanted to use the sponge because it was going to give like a more textured look to it so that it isn't just flat. So that's why I chose the sponge for this. But when I went in with the vase, I actually mixed together those same three paints and baking soda because I wanted the texture to be thicker and matte. And because of that, I ended up using a brush. Now, one thing I will say is when you're doing baking soda, I feel like it eats up the paints a lot faster. So I got lucky and I didn't run out of paint, but I would have preferred if I had gotten like another container of the dark brown paint. But moving on to the DIY wall art piece. Now this actually, I started out with solo cups, red cups, but every time I cut it, it would snap and it wasn't sturdy enough. So I actually had these disposable coffee cups that I cut up in different, I guess, lengths, and I placed those on the canvas. Now this project is inspired by Jorge from Casa Refined channel here on YouTube. I absolutely love his projects on his channel. I'm a subscriber of his, and a lot of his DIY art projects add different unconventional things on top of a canvas. He hasn't done this project specifically, but I was definitely inspired by a lot of his projects. Love his channel. I will link it below. But yeah, so I just glued those on with a hot glue gun, and then I sprayed it with a little bit of Gorilla Glue adhesive spray. I actually think that wasn't necessarily necessary. So after a few minutes, I actually made a mixture of paint that was water-based, and it did not dawn on me that these cups are made for liquid. So this, like, the paint was not gonna stick. But you live and you learn. So I did that first, and I realized that wasn't gonna work. So I made a mixture of that same, I guess, paint color, but I added baking soda so that it would stick a whole lot better to the cups. But I had already put the water mixture paint, so I had to do multiple layers of the baking soda paint, but it ended up working out, so everything is fine. And then another smart thing that I did was I went on top of this vase with a water mixture because I was like, oh, I still have some left over, let me add it to here. Well, because I did that, it was taking the paint off of the vase that I had did with the baking soda. It was taking it off as I was applying it, so I just said, you know what, let me let everything dry, and then we're gonna do another layer of paints when everything is dry. So we are back hours later. I done washed my hair and everything. A second coat on this because I laid it in the spot that I wanted in. I want this to be darker just because it's too much of a drastic look. I love it. I genuinely love it. But in the video, like in videos, it wouldn't look right with it being so different. And then I'm gonna do another layer on this face, but this pedestal is fine. I am happy with this, I think. And it's dry actually. But yeah, let me get started on this and this so that it can be drying, because I do have a workout in like 2 hours, so I want it to be drying and mostly dry for when I get back. But yeah, so let me just get started with adding the other layers. So we are just going to add those layers, like I said. And even though I said I was happy with the pedestal, I ended up painting that too again. But I guess I just put back on the music so you guys can just watch what I'm doing. Complete. I decided I was gonna do, well, I already told you guys this by now, but I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of the same color that I used the base, but I believe I actually am done painting these things, so I'm just gonna let them dry and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good morning, you guys. As you can see, I've been fiddling with the background this morning. Coffee and banana, and then I'm going to hang up the neon sign. I can see the finished product already, and it's not even finished, and I already know that I love it. I was looking at it on the screen. I ended up doing it sideways, even though I originally wanted it vertical, but luckily it works both ways. Hanging up that sign, which I am hoping that I only have to do 2 of those screws and not all 4. But yeah, let me finish this. And then, oh, by the way, I wanted to show you guys this little coffee cup. I got these from Home Goods. It's a little Santa. St. Nicholas Hot Cocoa Company, making spirits bright. I just thought they were so cute. They're like reusable, disposable cups. But anyway, let me finish my little breakfast.
The second fun part, which is actually styling and putting everything together, I was trying to figure out the placement for this sign. I tried it in different placements, sat down, looked at it, and then I decided, yeah, we're gonna hang it up. And I figured out that I can dim it, so that was exciting. Hanging it up was actually super simple. I keep saying I love it, but I love the sign. So I told you guys in the beginning of the video that the numbers on the sign hold significance. The 11 actually pays homage to where I started on Instagram. If you guys remember years ago, it would be usernames until you reach 11 likes, and that was always my goal on every post, to at least get 11 likes so that I can have the number. So that definitely pays homage to where I started. The 88's in the center, that is a very significant number for me. It's my favorite number. I was born on 8/8. 8 means wealth and prosperity in certain countries, so it means that to me. And if you turn 8 on its side, it's the infinity sign, so it just is a very, very significant number for a very, like, many different reasons. I would have done just 1/8, but that seemed like a low number for the amount of comments. You know, dream big. Because the entire sign is actually your notifications on Instagram. And then the last number is 74K followers, which actually is the exact number of followers that I had when I created this sign, when I had the sign made. And in a nutshell, that was actually the point in my life when I was stuck at 74,000 followers for about 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years, and I was going down in followers that entire time. So I started probably more than that, but I was slowly declining, and it was because I wasn't happy. And you could see that in my posts, you could see that in my content, but I also knew I wasn't going to be in that position forever. So having that number on the sign reminds me of where I was and how much I have grown since then, and just how much happier I am these days. So that sign is very, very significant for me. Every time I see it, it's almost like a motivation when I think about all of those numbers that I have on there. So it was very important that that sign was in my background.
So we have made it to the point of the video where I'm about to share with you guys how it turned out. Are you ready? I'm actually standing outside of my beauty room, so let's go inside and take a look. Turn out so good, you guys. Of course I would say that because I'm the one that did it, but I think it's turned out so good. Let me know what you guys think down below. I didn't have like a strong idea of what I wanted to do when I first started, so I am very impressed. All of this is like, of course you're gonna say that you're the one that did it, but I hope you guys love it just as much as I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I loved filming this with you guys. It was so fun. These past few days have been so fun to put this together. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe down below and thumbs up as well. Leave me a thumbs up, and I promise I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye guys.